Rock, do, rock, do this. I love that part of the song. What's going on, Conscious Crew? It is your favorite host, Consciouztv. Welcome to another riveting episode of the amazing platform by your favorite breakdown commentator. Okay, you guys know that I'm the breakdown king. Okay, if you're new here, definitely hit that subscribe button. Everyone should definitely have their notification bell set to always, because you never know what day or hour content may erupt out of the platform. Just like you don't know when the day or the hour is going to be that Jesus comes through the veil of the clouds and catch you in the midst of your sin and send you directly to hell. You just don't know it. Okay, so you got to be ready, honey, because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Can I get an amen in the comment section? Okay, now I also need you, okay, to support the kingdom by sharing the platform out to your Facebook, your Snapchat, your Plenty of Fish, your Grinder, your BGC, your Big Bitches Need Love To, fan community page, girl, wherever you want to lay down the link, okay? It is free for promotion, no matter where it's at, okay? But if you are an old lazy hoe, okay, if you are an old trifling baby daddy, and you just don't like to put in that type of work when it comes to the people you claim you love, then you also can just alternatively slide that arrow right on up to that like button and give me an old nasty thumbs up, because what an old nasty piece of thumbs up does is it helps YouTube to promote on behalf of your lazy ass, okay? It sends out notifications into the YouTube multiverse so that foreigners from all across these viral lands can, get access to the kingdom and be made aware of the kingdom, so they can pooch on over, okay, and subscribe if they see and hear what they're like, and they're going to, okay? So while you guys are doing that, I'm going to play our old nasty piece of intro. This shouldn't be a long commentary, probably about 35 minutes to 40 minutes max. We got to get into some things, okay? I will explain when we return. Okay.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, let me say hello to everybody in the building. What's going on, lovely Shambu? Hey, Mom Goody. What's going on, Miss Miko? Hey, Just Be Real. Hey, Juju. What's going on, DA? Hey, Jackie. What's going on, Pamela? What's going on, Jocelyn? What's going on, Deanna? Cheryl, Trevor, She Diaries, Kenley's mother, Nah Love. What's going on? So it's a lot going on in the world, y'all. Y'all already know it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. We living in the last of our days, baby. We in the final chapter of the old book, baby. Okay, we on to a new book, baby. And God is rounding this shit up in the most craziest of ways. So y'all got to be on your shit, okay? Now, amongst all the craziness going on in Afghanistan, all the craziness going on in Europe, all the craziness going on right here in these American streets, there's a lot of craziness going on in these damn viral streets, okay? Now, I really wasn't going to touch on this because it had already got touched on by the time I got around to it. I just don't got time for everything and every damn body, okay? But I thought that since this kind of really goes hand in hand to this lawsuit and some of the drama around what's going on with Larry and me and Miko and other YouTubers and threats and doxing and violence, that this all kind of runs on a similar theme, okay? Now, I'm subscribed to Mr. Timothy Blaine, and Timothy Blaine spoke about a murder plot against a particular YouTuber, okay? Now, there's been a lot of drama around this alleged murder plot. I don't know a whole lot about what's going on because I ain't even looked too deeply into the damn matter because I got my own shit to be taken care of on my own damn end, okay? But for what I gathered from his commentary about the situation is that somebody had sent out an email about a murder plot against a YouTuber, and then there was a video by another content creator who had bared witness to this murder plot, And what's interesting about this murder plot is I too got a goddamn email about this murder plot. Okay, so we're going to get into this email. Okay, let me share my screen real quick and pull up this email because I screenshotted it. I received the mother loving email. Okay, and this is the email right here. If you guys can see it. Okay, now you guys probably can't see it, so I'm going to read it. But I just wanted it up there so you guys can see that I indeed received this freaking email. Now I gotta find the damn email. Okay, let me see if I can blow it up for you guys. No. Murder plot. Okay. So the email reads, CTV, have you heard of this alleged plot in the beef sector? From what I've been hearing around is there's a group that plotted to kill Tracy, but someone fell out with the group and then exposed the plot. I know Tracy can be too much sometimes, but this alleged plot is going too far. And then they gave a link to another YouTuber by the name of Honest Row, okay, who initially broke the story about something that he witnessed in another YouTuber's comment section. And this obviously deeply upsetted him. He decided to make a YouTube video. And then there was all this kerfuffle about who sent the email, if Honest Row sent the email, the nature of the plot, is this a legit plot, blah, 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 blah. It was a lot, okay? So, the first thing I'm going to say, let me take this down and pull up my other screenshot, child. Because it'd be a lot, honey. It's always a lot. It's always a motherfucking lot. Okay, no. Pulled up the wrong shit again. Hold on, let me share my screen again. Oh my God. Where is Jesus? Where is he? Where is Jesus? Okay. So, first thing I want to say is, if y'all ever get that pressed and feel that matters are that serious, that you guys have to email, you guys have to call, you guys have to Skype and FaceTime to get the news out that somebody is trying to physically KILL someone else, you don't need to be emailing Consciouztv. You need to be emailing the FBI. You need to be emailing 911 of ones. You need to be emailing the men in black. You need to be emailing the goddamn government. You need to be calling your local law enforcement agency, baby, because there ain't a damn thing that I can do to keep a motherfucker from killing another motherfucker. Okay? So if you feel that matters are that damn serious, ain't nothing I can do for you but light a candle, okay? What you need to do to be proactive is call the law, okay? And contact those who involved, because it ain't nothing that a YouTuber or a content creator or a vlogger can do as it relates to life and damn death. Now, I know we living in this age where everybody's running to the damn internet for everything. They're running to the internet to do it all, baby. Okay, but bloggers are not the law. So I'm gonna need y'all to realize that as much as a lot of things get accomplished on the internet, life and death is not something that is able to be protected. You know, death is not something that's able to be protected by the internet. Okay, so call 911. Okay, now from what I understand, this particular person has taken the measures, okay, that they need to take to deal with this matter. Nobody knows if the plot is legit or just a fear tactic or a troll tactic or whatever. People been plotting to do shit. People say shit all the time. So I'm not really sure how to tell people how to vet these type of situations other than just alert the person who is being targeted. And if you feel that fearful, get 911 involved. I mean, that's it. You know, you call me when you want to sue a bitch. You get me involved. Okay, we need to process serve somebody. You call me and contact me when a motherfucker need to get ran down on and we need to drag a motherfucker into court. Okay, that's what I handle. Murder plots, people being killed, and all that shit. That's some shit for the police. Okay, die in my line of work. Okay, but that's that. Yes, y'all, a damn murder plot, y'all. The internet will never cease to amaze me. Okay, Mom Good says, okay, going to sit on the porch of my rocking chair. Where's my funeral home fame? Okay, now going into something that's a bit more down to earth. Okay, I received another email. Okay, by, I would assume, a subscriber, and it is regarding a family matter. And so I want to speak to this email and give my feedback and get into this scenario. Yes, it ain't just YouTube, Phyllis. Motherfuckers in general is going crazy, y'all. The world is upside down. People don't lost their damn mind. People doing the most. The devil is alive and well in the earth, okay? And in the form of content creators. I should add that. So I received a letter. Okay. Okay, I don't know. I done lost all this stuff. Hold on, y'all. I ain't even do my church announcements. I'll do them at the end. These folk on YouTube is going crazy. Read's title, the fuck is going on? What did I step into? Girl, the same internet craziness, okay? The same internet crazy. If y'all feel somebody is in danger, you get the law involved, okay? Not the internet, not other bloggers. Get the law involved. It's nothing that we can do to stop somebody from physically harming another person. That is outside of another content creator's authority and jurisdiction, okay? Those are matters for people who are licensed to deal with those matters. Just inform the person and let them know what's going on and have them proceed from there. Okay. So this email came from a guy named Julian, and the email reads, "Hey Conscious, my name is Julian. I'm a new YouTuber. My channel name is DerailJ777. Okay. I'm going to show you guys the YouTube page after I read this email. It continues to read that I was wondering if I could get some help with an issue. I have a brother who is a licensed therapist as well as a pastor. He stole the coming out letter I wrote to my father when my father passed away in November, and I want it back and him publicly shamed. A few years ago when I was living with my dad told me I could have that letter back when he passed on. My brother is homophobic as well as his wife, but they act like they're not. Why would a licensed therapist, knowing how damaging an experience like coming out can be, steal an item like that? In Christmas of 2019, my brother and his wife drove 1,400 miles and refused to hear the word of Jesus with me, their little gay brother, as well as their cousin. These are leaders of the church. And for my birthday, which is on the 19th of August, if you could help me make them a hashtag, Corey and Teresa. Okay, I guess that's the name of his brother and his wife, who has possession of this coming out letter that Julian wrote to his father, who is now deceased. And he's wanting his letter back, and he's wanting some accountability from his brother and his brother's wife. And he says, can you make them a hashtag by proving through text, email, or Facebook messages that they reached out, even that they didn't reach out even one time to their gay brother during their entire trip? I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, so there's a link to a video here. Okay, I'm going to screen share this video so that you guys can go over and listen to Julian's testimony and his experience, and then I'm going to give my feedback regarding his situation. Okay, and if you guys have situations that you want me to speak to or give advice to, you can email me, and you can let me know in the email that you want me to call you by your name, or you would like for me to address you anonymously. Just email me at consciouztv@gmail.com. But this is Julian's YouTube page, you guys. Okay, let me see if I can pull this up right here. Okay, yes, this is his page. This is Julian's page, okay? This is the name of his YouTube channel, The Real J777, okay? I'm going to leave the link to his page in the description box so you guys can click it, go over there and listen to him. He does have his comment section turned off, so you can't leave a comment. But if you want to help him, you can follow the instructions if you want to that he gave to me in the email, which was to create a hashtag, which is Corey and Teresa, okay? And he doesn't mind this being done through Facebook Messenger, Instagram, etc. Now, Julian, this is what I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to necessarily create a hashtag because I don't even necessarily know these people, and I don't know you personally. So I can't personally participate in launching a campaign against against Teresa and Corey. Okay. But what I can do is give you some advice and some feedback. What I would say to you is to let the letter go. Let the letter go. Don't bother with trying to retrieve the letter. If they don't want to give the letter over, fine. It's just a letter. And it has already accomplished what it was supposed to accomplish, which is disclosing your personal truth to your father. Now, you didn't disclose to me in the email why you want the letter back. I don't know whether you want the letter back because you only came out to your father and some family members, and you are afraid that your homophobic brother and his wife are going to utilize this letter to out you to other people who you haven't personally disclosed your orientation to, or if you just want the letter back because it's sentimental for you and you just want it back because it's your letter and it was intended for your father, and now that your father isn't here, you want it back. I'm not sure which reason that you want it back. Either way, my advice is the same. Don't allow yourself to idolize or hold on to the letter, because the enemy always gets us to work toward our own emotional demise by attaching closure and reconciliation to external events, right? Like, I would finally be happy if I could get that apology. I would finally be at peace if I can retrieve that letter. I would finally be at peace if I can get them to acknowledge me, if I can get them to accept me, if I can get them to love me. The enemy, the ego, always works toward getting us to hold on to some externalized sense of wholeness and closure. And unfortunately, this way of achieving peace is oftentimes hindered and impossible through this way of achieving that, because you put your peace in the hands of a situation, or you put your peace in the hands of other people. True peace and true closure has to come from the inside out. And when you allow your closure to come from the inside out, you are the one who has control. You are the one who gives birth and authors that closure. When that closure comes from the inside out, that's a closure that no one can take away from you. Even if they didn't leave the house in your name. Even if they didn't leave the fortune for you to inherit. Even if they never willed anything to you, or even if they withhold their attention from you, even if they withhold their love from you, that when you allow it to come from the inside out, the external now cannot have any influence or say so in your ability to move forward, because you have already given yourself permission to move forward emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So don't allow the devil to get you to be entrapped in this situation with your brother and his wife by making the letter something more powerful, or making the letter more powerful than what's really powerful about the letter itself. What's powerful about the letter itself is not the letter itself. It's about the place that the letter came from, which was authenticity and love. It's about what was communicated in the letter, which was truth. All those things you still have. So let your brother have it, okay? Because in letting your brother and his wife have this letter, is going to take the power and the evil schemes and the power of that evil scheme away from them, okay? Because once you don't care, they don't have any reason to weaponize that coming out letter. That coming out letter to your father will only be weaponized by them because they believe you care about what's concealed in it. This is why owning your truth and standing in your truth is so significant, because when you do, no one can weaponize the truth against you. This letter is only a way for them to intimidate you, them to blackmail you, them an attempt or a way for them to control you. You will strip that away from them by just standing in the truth. And if anybody come ask you about your sexual orientation, you can either deny it or you can admit it. It's your choice. But you don't have to adhere to any external perceivable pressure or peer pressure to admit it or to deny it, based upon the fact that your brother and his wife are parading this letter around as proof and evidence of something that at the time maybe you weren't ready to share with anybody else other than your father. But this will be the time now. This will be the time now. This will be time now for you to stand all the way up. And them having access to this letter gives you the opportunity to stand all the way up in your truth. You also mentioned in this letter that him and his wife drive thousands of miles into town and never come to speak to you. They never come to they don't say happy birthday. They don't stop by. They don't acknowledge you. I know that you believe, because y'all are blood related, that there's a natural expectation for these people who you're related to by blood to love you. But just adhere to the reality that Yahshua gave to us. Yahshua, when his mother Mary and his stepbrother came for him, when they came to visit, and the disciples made Jesus aware that his people was outside, he said, my people, my brother and sister, my family are those who love the Lord, who serve the Lord, as I do. Key word there is love. Julian. Blood is thicker than water, but love is thicker than blood. And so now you also have an opportunity to transcend a very earthly concept and to take on a deeper truth in your life by way of this division between you and your brother and his wife. And that's to realize that true family are those who love you. You don't need the acknowledgement from your brother. You don't need the acknowledgement from his wife. You don't need their love. You don't need their attention. You don't need any of that. You're able to build your own family by those who you choose as friends, by those who you choose as mates, by way of you having your own beautiful children, by those who you become close to in life. Those who love you also may happen to be those who are related to you as well. But it's okay to divorce this idea that those we are related to are necessary for a sense of security and community in the world. Because community is something that we create, not something that we're necessarily born into. This is why Yeshua also said that he has not come to yield a sword of peace, but he has come to separate us, to divide us, to separate us from our mothers and our fathers and our brothers and our sisters. And he was saying this because he understood that most people are born into a corrupted system and are born into cultural and traditional ideologies and practices that are really contrary and disruptive to spiritual growth. You know, that most of the things that we're taught within respectability politics, most of the ways in which we are raised, has a lot of sprinkles of narcissism, lots of hypocrisies, hiding of secrets, respecting authority, even when authority is abusive, in the form of mommy, in the form of daddy. Christ was recognizing this and said, I've come to separate you and to teach you what healthy community is, so that when you reintegrate yourself into society, that you're able to understand and know the difference between what real love is and what a shell or a form of love or a form of godliness is. Because when you don't have any other experience to compare your experience to, we tend to think of our experiences as normal, even if our experiences are dysfunctional as all hell. So Christ can't teach us while we're in the dysfunction that we're in. Christ oftentimes has to separate us from the fool-la-la, separate us from the poison, separate us from the cancer, separate us from the sickness, so that we know what healthiness feels like. Because when you don't have anything to compare sickness to, you think that sickness is normal. When you don't have anything to compare dysfunction to, you think of dysfunction as functional, because you don't know the difference. So Christ has to oftentimes rip most of us away from the people that we love, because the people that we love are sick themselves spiritually, sick themselves emotionally, sick themselves mentally. Generational pathologies that are abusive and degrading and corrosive and pervasive throughout the West, pervasive throughout the Black experience. And we're brought up with a lot of wrong understandings. Our parents, in an attempt to keep us safe in the world, teach us to be obedient and to respect them no matter what. This can create a dangerous cesspool for an abuse of authority that creates in the victim a Stockholm syndrome. Well-intended, well-meaning relatives, well-meaning parents, well-meaning communities. But the reality is the blind leading the blind. And well-meaning does not disregard damage. It could be as well-meaning as it was, still damaging. How you parented me could have been as well-meaning as it was, still damaging. What you meant could have been as well-meaning, still nonetheless damaging. Okay? So, fuck your brother, fuck his wife. You don't need any one of those buffoons. You don't need not either one of them. Okay? You have the love of yourself, you got the love of God, and you have the love of those who know the real you. Okay? And show up for the real you. Okay? Let them have in this letter be an opportunity for you to come full circle in your own truth, so that it doesn't matter if someone else has access to your secret, because you're able to now take ownership of what was in the dark and be dignified now and have it be presented in the light. You're able now to dignify that which was in the dark, which was now under the rug. And you're able to stand in it now and with dignity and esteem. So what you have here, what God has given you here by having your brother have access to this letter, is not an opportunity to fight with him, not an opportunity to engage in more debauchery and over a letter that holds a truth that's in your heart anyway. What you have is an opportunity to go to the next level within yourself. So that it doesn't matter that they had this letter, and it doesn't matter who they showed this letter to. Because when anybody come and ask you about it, you're going to be able to give them a yes and an amen. Or alternatively, a yes and a fuck you. Is this true, Julian? Yes and a fuck you if you got a problem with it. Yes and an amen if you came to affirm me. You get 2 yeses that have amen or fuck you attached to them. You have an opportunity. Because every circumstance is an opportunity. Not necessarily a conflict, but an opportunity. And once again, as it relates to them coming into town and not seeing you, fuck them. You don't need them. You didn't need them to get this far. You won't need them to go any further. If this is the type of people that they are, if you are acknowledging to me that they have something in your possession, they have something of yours in their possession, and you believe that they want to weaponize what they have in their possession, you have to now think to yourself, why would you even want their love? Why would you want these people calling you when they're in town? Why would you even want these type of people to make space for you in their reality? Because it would seem to me that you are the better person than they are. It would seem to me that you are the person who they should be wanting to be associated with. They should be wanting to pray with. They should be wanting to come to see, because you ain't hurting nobody. You ain't weaponizing nobody else's truth against them, but that's who they are. But now you got to once again search within yourself and ask yourself, why would I even want time with people whose character is set up like this? See, that all is going to go back to you. Once again, spirit is giving you it's giving you an opportunity to expand your own self-awareness. Because right here in this scenario where you have people abusing you and yet you still want them to love you, this is where your personal sickness is. This is where the vibration of your personal discontentment is. And through introspection and meditation, you get to become aware. Oh my God, look at what I'm doing to myself. I'm entertaining an impulse to want to be accepted by my abusers. I'm entertaining an impulse to want to be accepted by my oppressor. That's a you issue. See, all God is doing is using your brother and your sister as a catalyst for you to open up the vault of your soul and search within your own consciousness what your connection is to your abuser, so that you can uproot that thing and liberate yourself from it. So that you don't want to be in the company of these motherfuckers when they come into town. So that you don't even want to know that these motherfuckers are in town. So that when you see their car parked outside of your sister's house, of your cousin's house, you have the will to keep on motherfucking driving, because there ain't nothing that those people got to offer you. So that you can be free from that thing. See, God don't put us in these situations to be fighting and begging, and neither trying to punish per se those who reject us. But Spirit put us in these situations so that the rejection of others can be our justification to accept ourselves. By way of their rejection, deepen your relationship to yourself. Deepen your love for yourself and those who love and know the real Julian. Allow their rejection of you to increase your gratitude toward those who know the real Julian and love the real Julian. Transmute what the enemy intended for negativity, what the enemy intended to break you down, to increase your self-love and your love for those who know and show up as the real you. That would be my advice to you. Don't allow the enemy to use this letter as a point of stagnation, because that's what it's going to be. Oh, if only I can get this letter, and you're going to be spending all your time fighting for something physical when this is a spiritual matter. 99.9% of the shit that human beings fight over physically are spiritual matters. And the reason why there's ever very little resolve in the physical plane when it comes to matters is because we don't resolve, nor address, nor acknowledge the spiritual variables that manifest what becomes the physical and material event or scenario. So you have a great opportunity for growth, my brother. Growth is hard. It's not pretty. The reason why most people like fighting with other people is because it's easier to fight other people than it is to fight with the man or the woman in the mirror. And as human beings, we are addicted to that which is easy. It's easier to make someone else to blame. It's easier to make someone else to blame why you can't move forward. The blame for why you ain't getting no rest. The blame for why you have dis-ease in your life. This is what general people practice. I won't be happy until. I won't be at peace until. I won't be okay until. And the devil, the enemy of self, the anti-God consciousness, feeds and festers over the ego's way of resolving spiritual matters, which is to make the matter external instead of addressing the matter that's internal first. If you take Spirit's hand and allow Spirit to take you to the next level within yourself as a result of this scenario within your family, over this letter, over your sexuality, and the controversy that it has caused, you will thank yourself and God much later. Because these things will not only give you power in this exact situation, this will make you stronger and more powerful in general. And that bleeds over into all relationships in your life and to all scenarios that you can end up in life. See, God is interested in taking us from mortal to immortal, from mankind to Godkind. And the more that you're able to make matters about you first and foremost, the greater access to joy and peace that you will have in life. The less you need people emotionally, the less you need from them, the more you are able to give to yourself emotionally and spiritually and psychologically, the more that you learn how to be of service to yourself, how to soothe yourself, how to take care of your inner man, the longer your happiness ensues, the longer your peace of mind ensues. But when we put our peace of mind and our joy and our happiness in the hands of other people, people will always take their time with giving us what we're asking them for. Sometimes people will insist upon not giving you what they know you're looking for from them. This will default you to being a slave to other people before you can feel free and feel okay. Never give anybody that opportunity or that power, ever. And God is showing you that you are giving people power simply because they're related to you. And that's not an excuse for your brother to have power over you just because he's your brother. Fuck that nigga. Brother or no brother, because brother don't love you. Therefore, that ain't your brother. That's your sibling. That's not your family. That's your relative. Okay? You got to know the difference between these things. Blood don't necessarily equal love. And love ain't always in the form of those who you share blood with. You got to know the difference. So you guys check out what's the young man's YouTube? Let me see his YouTube channel here. You guys check out the Real J 777 YouTube platform. Show him some love, some blessings, if some light and love and blessings. Nonetheless, let me read this comment section. See what's been going on in this chat real quick before I get out of here. I just wanted to come through you guys. and speak to that. Let me read here. Hey Jace, what's going on, love? Hello, beautiful people. Hey, Mother Love, Logic, CTV and crew, peace and abundance of blessings to you as well. What's going on, Hayes? Wade, this is real talk. The God within you needs to take over, not man. That's always it, Hayes. That's always it. Kinsley's mommy says trying to resolve spiritual matters using physical means. Period. You know, period. it's like trying to use a socket wrench, to fix a broken heart. There's no physical tool to repair a broken heart. It's a spiritual matter. Even if we were to get a heart transplant, that heartbreak will still be there. Let me see here. It really is spiritual. Side eye eyes with finger up. It's healing here if you want it. Always, always. Come on, Pastor. That's a t-shirt. Love those who love you. Period. Love those who love you and empathize with those who hate you. Because Christ also taught us that. Christ also taught us to be good to those who mistreat us. Pray for those who use us spitefully. Okay? And what Christ is essentially saying is not enable bad behavior, but don't turn into a bad person just because you're dealing with bad people. Don't turn into an evil person just because you're dealing with evil people. Don't become what they are. Because if what they are is that diabolical, that distasteful, that ungodly and immoral, it should strengthen your own posture as a righteous person. It should actually inspire you to be more righteous and to be more loving. This is why Christ said, turn the other cheek, which is just a way of encouraging good people not to become bad people. You know that old saying, good girls turn bad, good boys turn bad. Christ is trying to encourage and comfort us. Don't allow other people's evil to become the thing that corrupts you. Don't allow other people's mishandling of you become the brokenness in you, because hurt people hurt people. So stay on the side of righteousness and empathize with those who've lost their way. Empathize with those who don't know any better, who don't know that they are separating themselves from all that they want and all that they need by aligning themselves with lower emotions, by walking around with a low vibrational state. Empathize with people when you can see that they are experiencing a crisis. They don't know who they are. They don't know where they're going. They only know where they've been, and where they've been has been in pain. They've lost their way in that trauma, lost their way in that darkness, lost their way in that brokenness. That requires empathy, not hatred. Mm-hmm. When people are low vibrating and they are wanting to hurt you, trying to hurt you, all that it is the Christ in them calling out to the Christ in you to be ministered to. It's a cry out for an exorcism by way of love, a liberation by way of love. And there are very few people who know how to deal with people who hate them or who intend to cause them harm and do them evil. That's not a job that everyday people can do, because you yourself have to be pretty matured as a lover in the earth, as a light worker in the earth. That requires a level of egolessness and divinity that very little people have, including those who are believers, including those who profess the love of God, including those who profess righteousness, because it's levels to this shit. There are very few people who have the patience and have the anointing and have the power to rebuke a darkness and a trauma of that level, and to be a catalyst for a person in trouble to get the help that they need. This is why Christ had disciples. This is stuff that had to be nurtured and fostered, because the average person is going to just keep that same energy. Bitch, you hate me, I hate you. Bitch, you slap me, I'm slapping you. Bitch, you trying to shame me, as Julian stated, as a result of what his brother Corey is doing, he wants his brother brought to shame. You trying to shame me, I'm going. This is the average person, even well-meaning, innocent people. The reason why the church loves the teachings of Paul, the teachings of Moses, the teaching that why they love everybody else's teachings but Jesus is because all those other biblical figures are relatable, because they're more human in the way that they're dealing with matters. Jesus was given instructions that seemed kind of unobtainable. Some would even say slightly unrealistic, because Christ was calling us to be exceptional, righteous people. Not to be righteous enough, not to be loving enough, but Christ was calling for the divinity within us all to stand completely the fuck up. The way that evil stands completely the fuck up, the way that the evil in Hitler stood all the way the fuck up, the way the evil in Osama bin Laden stood all the fuck the way up. That's the way Christ sets that same standard for those who claim to be of God and to be of love. Don't stand up enough. Don't be loving enough. Don't be virtuous enough, motherfucker. Stand up and be a weapon. A weapon of mass love. Just like evil is able to stand the fuck up and be a weapon of mass destruction. Because if evil can self-actualize to the point of killing and punishing and oppressing millions, then love can stand all the way up and give life, resources, forgiveness in abundance, patience in abundance, compassion in abundance, peace in abundance, givingness, charity in abundance, and to the same extremity. Because we can't let wickedness show out like that, because wickedness do the most. And Christ is telling every motherfucker that lean upon him, do the most. You claim that you are of love, do the fucking most in love. Do the damn most. Match. You want to match an energy? Match that energy. Match the energy of the enemy. If the enemy is going that hard in evil, you go that hard in love. A lot of people don't like that kind of teaching, because we have an ego. We are a fallen people. We have fallen away in our relationship to God as a species. We have gotten comfortable in practicing a lot of humanness. So we want to get with motherfuckers. We want to do unto them as they do unto us. That's how we rock and roll. Hey, peace, love. See, the thing that a lot of people don't know before I leave here is that love is a weapon too. Most people don't know that. And the books don't teach it per se as that, but it is. Love is an elixir. Most people never give love the time to resolve anything because the ego in most people is having them desire results right now. And most people are going to listen to their ego and not listen to the God within or the love within. But if you wait out patience long enough, as Beyonce said in her song All Night Long, your torturer will become your remedy. This is why one of the virtues of heaven is patience. Be still long enough to watch me work on your behalf. Be still long enough. Sit down long enough. Rest long enough to let me work on your behalf. But most people go and listen to that ego. Right now. That bitch on your ass right now. Get him. That motherfucker on your ass right now. Get him. That motherfucker hurting you right now. Get him. This is why the Bible talks about man's heart being deceptive. Well intended, but wrong nonetheless. So peace and blessings to all. Love Jace. Literally love the hell. Love the hell out of a person, baby. Love the hell right on out. Period. That's exactly what Christ came to do. That's exactly what the lovers of the earth and the ethers are to love the hell right on out. And it would be nice to see that. I'm gonna be honest. It so much about society now is keeping that same energy and matching that energy, and it's exposed for exposed. It's fighting for fighting. It's so much. It's a big versus battle in the earth. I would love to see a counter movement. I would love to see the manifestation of loving the hell out of your enemy. That would be really incredible. That's actually, it's really inspiring, to be quite honest. But you have to destroy the ego enough in yourself to remove you, because it's the ego that takes everything so personal, and that's what makes people want to fight and defend themselves, because they really believe, they unfortunately mistake the ego for their true self, so they're always having to defend their true self. I've come a long way with defending myself. I try to let most things that get said just get said with very little defense from myself. True or not true. I try not to defend any narrative. The righteous, the supportive narratives, or the untrue narratives. Just try to let it be what it is. Let folk make up their own mind. Those who walk in God will be able to hear what's being heard and know that it's not true. Those who are not in alignment with themselves enough, they'll always fall for the okie dokie, and no amount of proof will be proof to them, because they're not there within themselves yet. They are aligned with the false self, therefore they can only believe in the false narratives about other people. And you can't help those kind of people, because knowing the truth starts with the level of relationship you have to yourself, whether you have a true relationship to you. And those who have a true relationship to themselves know the truth about other people. Those who do not have a true relationship to themselves cannot discern the truth about other people and fall prey to believing falsity about others. This is why, and Beyonce must have learned this early on in her life, which is why she just stopped defending. She stopped because she realized that what people believe literally has nothing to do with her. It has everything to do with them. And people are going to believe what they want to believe based upon where they are with themselves. If they're in their ego participating in the false them, of course, you can have no choice but to believe the falsity about me, Beyonce. If you're walking in your true identity, you know what the truth is about me too. And what's understood don't need no motherfucking understanding. Not none. You're welcome, Hazeway. So we've been here for an hour. This was a good chit chat, honey. We got to come back and talk about Nunchuck 19. Oh, also before I get out of here, let me get some church announcements, honey. Julian, I wish you luck on your journey, boo. Just take the opportunity to transcend, because it's a beautiful opportunity. That's all that is. It's a beautiful opportunity. But Friday, you guys, we're gonna have Consciouztv himself on the platform on Friday. Okay, that's gonna be 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Consciouztv. You guys know that Consciouztv is, I mean, he's hand down one of the greatest civil rights activists and allies, and he's an educator. This man is phenomenal. He's an incredible TikToker. He's an incredible educator. He's everything that I was hoping that so many of the so-called Black leaders of modern times before him were going to be. This is who I was hoping young Pharaoh was going to be. This is who I was hoping Brother Polite was going to be. This is who I was hoping Umar Johnson was going to be. I mean, this man gives me my life. And so we're going to get into his life, get into his story. We're going to talk to him about how he came to be, how the hell he got here, how the hell he became this, how did he self-actualize to this level. And I'm going to have a special guest interviewer with me, okay? There is somebody who I would not do this without, because this is just one of my favorite people, and this is just, I just was not going to do this without him. So I'm going to have a co-host, okay? So, and we're going to tackle Mr. Consciouztv himself, okay? He's going to be with us for an hour and a half on Friday at 1 p.m. So you guys be in the building, honey, because we're going to get into some things. Yes, peace, love. You love the way Beyonce moves. How can you not? How can I not? Because Beyonce is one of those rare examples of what it looks like to be unbothered and still be successful. You know, we see so many examples of people like defending themselves to win. And so Beyonce's approach is so refreshing because it shows that, look, people don't even, the bullshit that people do and the bullshit that people spin, it ain't even real to them. Look at how big the fight on the elevator between Solange and Jay-Z was. We literally had visual evidence of this altercation, and this thing ran the news for 2 weeks straight. Everybody was talking about the infamous fight in the elevator, the infamous drop kick to Jay-Z's nuts, okay, by Solange's bare feet, okay. And it ain't nothing like being kicked in your damn nuts by a bitch who's natural, honey. Okay, do you know what a natural ass whooping feels like, honey? That is an ass whooping of a lifetime, baby, okay? And everybody just knew this was going to be the situation that the nose was going to have to address, baby. They was going to have to sit down with somebody, baby. Diane Sawyer, sit down with Oprah. They sit down with CBN, CBS. They got the baby. We just knew it, baby. And guess what? Them hoes stayed on motherfucking mute, baby. They stayed on mute. And guess what? Everybody stopped talking about that shit after 2 weeks. Because people really only gonna talk about what the fuck you talking about. If you ain't paying it no goddamn attention, you leave people with no choice but to move on. Because it only becomes interesting when you engage in it. It only becomes interesting when you defending it. It only becomes interesting when you acknowledging it. People like drama because drama takes two. When it's only one person in the damn drama, nobody cares. It's not interesting, and a bitch just ends up looking like a psychopath like Poopa. Okay? When you can leave somebody for almost 2 years to just be in a padded room all by themselves, and nobody cares. So, yes, I love the way Beyonce moves because she gives me another option. Because Cardi B can't be the only damn option, honey. We see that Cardi B responds to everything, always. Always and everything. And I can't fucking do it. I needed another example, baby. I said, there got to be another way to handle it. It just got to be. There's got to be another award-winning ass way to handle the bullshit. Got to be. Got to be. And this was the way. Beyonce provided a alternative, which is to mind your motherfucking business. What them hoes think ain't got nothing to do with your black ass, honey. Keep on twerking, pop, lock, and dropping, and fucking your man, okay? And having your babies, okay? Negro nose and natural hair and all, okay? Let these hoes get in formation, honey, okay? Because them hoes gonna follow no matter what the hell they say. Them hoes gonna look and them hoes is gonna consume your talent and your motherfucking content, okay? No matter what the hell they say, honey. So never let them get you to believe that they actually going somewhere, that they taking a support somewhere, girl. They ain't going no motherfucking where, honey. They here with the shits. They here to be a witness, baby. So just stay on that straight and narrow. Don't buy into the hype, okay? Don't buy into the hype, and I love it. Oh yes, I love it. Pamela says, I don't understand how some of these celebrities would keep their sanity if they address all the. You can't. I mean, you will end up a nut bag. You can't. We as people, we're not meant to consume stress. This is why stress kills. God did not design us to be a people of stress. God did not design us to have a large capacity for stress. This is why stress becomes injurious. This is why stress becomes dangerous. Because we weren't designed for stress. We were designed for joy. We were designed for happiness. We was designed for a prosperity and beauty and inspiration. We weren't designed for all these low vibrating emotions. We were designed to experience them, but we were not designed to harbor them. We were not designed to make a home in lower emotions, only meant to experience them because they are a part of the polarity. They are a part of the emotional polarity. You know, there's always a east for every west. There's always a north for every south. You know, so the lower emotions are a part of an emotional spectrum. So we are bound to intercept with them, but we were never bound to make a reality out of lower emotions. And the fact that our bodies literally become degraded and tear from all the wear of lower emotional disharmony is the big receipt that, you know, this ain't, none of us should be about that life at all. And I'm damn sure not gonna be, honey, because I am too blessed to be motherfucking stressed. Period. Cardi is the clapback queen, and I need her to stop. Period. Stop. Somebody is part of the beehive. Hey, Beyonce's a bad bitch. I ain't even got no shame in it. When there is something special about you, people are going to talk about you, good and bad. Period. Oz. I really like the song "Rumors." It's meeting me right where I am. And yes, yes, yes. It's a timely song, honey. It is a timely song. So I'm going to get out of here, you guys. I will be back this week. We also have we're also filming episode 4 for Yes God Roundtable this Sunday over on YB Entertainment's platform. You know, it's me, himself, Cats Meow, Carl, and Tremel from G Status. So we will be resuming this season. I'm super excited. Once again, Consciously will be right here on the platform on Friday. And we're going to be live in color tomorrow to talk about Nunchuck 19. I have some things I need to mention. You guys know that they're also mandating booster shots and everything by the 20th. It's a lot going on in the world, but there's a lot going on. But we're gonna get into it tomorrow night. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for the love and the support. I will see you guys soon. Okay, later.